Welcome friends. Thank you for subscribing to my channel and liking my videos. Today's video will be an explanation on the two different types of grass that you can commonly find here in the Villages, Florida. I was driving my golf cart through a neighborhood the other day and I noticed these individuals putting sod down on a neighbor's yard. This neighbor was having his entire yard resodded. So I stopped by and I talked to the manager of this landscape company and I asked them why they are resodding this neighbor's yard.
Video of that big pile.
This neighbor had a landscape contractor come over and put landscape pesticide down or herbicide, and it damaged his lawn. So this neighbor called this new landscape company to resod the entire yard. This neighborhood has Zoysia grass, and what they are placing down inside is Zoysia grass here in the Villages, Florida. The other type of grass that you commonly find here in the Villages is called St. Augustine grass. St. Augustine grass seems to be a little bit more hardy, and when I spoke to the manager of this landscape company, she thought that the St. Augustine grass was a little bit more hardy than the Zoysia grass that they're lying here. I think this neighbor decided to place Zoysia grass down because it seems to be a very common grass in this particular neighborhood. Zoysia grass is a very hardy grass. It looks a little bit finer. The leaves aren't quite as broad as St. Augustine grass. St. Augustine grass is very viney, and the root system is like vines. Also, St. Augustine grass has very broad leaves. I thought I would present this video to you to give you an illustration of the different types of grass in the Villages, Florida. It's very important to keep your grass watered and fertilized no matter what type of grass you have on your yard. Here I'm taking a walk up the side yard to give you an idea of how far they completed the resodding of the entire yard. You can see they have a pallet of Zoysia grass there in the straight. I'm approaching the front of the neighbor's yard and you can see they have the entire front of the yard sodded. They are putting water down to help build the root system. And here I'm walking in front of the street to give you a panoramic view of what that yard looks like. Now this neighbor did have to replace his entire yard because it was damaged. Here's an example of a yard that has been damaged by either chinch bugs or by water. It's very common to see yards in the Villages, Florida with damage like this. It's also very important that you treat your lawn for pesticides as well as herbicides, because we do get chinch bugs here in the Villages, and also when we get very heavy rains you will see water damage. I believe what you see here is water damage because that is where the water flows if we have heavy rains. This is an example of a lawn that's in very good condition. They seem to be taking very good care of it. Notice how high that it's cut. Landscape contractors have told me that you should keep your lawn very long. You should cut your lawn 4 or 5 inches. If you cut it too short, like you see here on the left, that neighbor decided to cut their lawn very short. It tends to get brown and dry if you cut your lawns too short. So if you do move to the Villages, Florida, good lawn care is to keep your lawn at least 4 or 5 inches high and let your contractor who mows your lawn know that you want to keep your lawn a little higher than what you do maybe back up north. Here's an example of a lawn that's cut very short and one that's cut higher, 4 or 5 inches higher. Notice the difference.